Live at the Hive.
Coming at you from the bench in Boise, Idaho. This is Live at the Hive. Thanks for being here and joining us. We've got a great show. Prof Z is here. Yeah, he's back. He's back with all new revelations tonight, right? Yes, that's correct. And also, welcome back to the, easy for me to say. Please help me welcome back to the Hive and the stage at the beginning of time, the one and only Highway 45.
So recently my grandmother passed, and I was given this guitar on my birthday by my family and friends. Ryan got everyone together, and this is the first song that I wrote on it, and it's for her.
Hey, thank you guys. As Dan said earlier, my name is Ryan Marca. This is Adele May Rose, Matthew Gallardi, and we have Don Henderson back on the drums. We are the band Highway 45. Love playing here at the Hive. Played here about a year ago. It was Miss Adele May Rose featuring Highway 45. Me and another drummer. Who, yeah, I love it here because I am a musician in recovery that struggles with mental health, bipolar, manic stuff. Yeah, so music is my medication, you can say, among other ones, right? So it's always fun to play here and support it. And I always shout out the Hive at most of our shows that we do. And I just love what they do here, you know? Shout out to Rick Oliver. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know this place. Love you, Rick. This next song we're going to do is called Hit or Miss.
Hit
Must have been y'all's internet connection. Because it wasn't the amazing, wonderful people behind the cameras right now that y'all are watching. You know, we got the lighting, the sound, all the cameras. Man, Prof Z. Yeah. Prof Z in the house. I'm excited. We were on a flyer together. That makes us friends. So every now and then you got that one person that walks in your life, and it's like, you don't know if you need a raincoat or sunscreen, right? An umbrella. Who knows? Who knows what you need? Because they are the perfect storm, and I think all of us can relate to that. You know, the perfect storm of life, love, relationships, work, everything. It just works out. And if it doesn't, just keep it going, man. Just keep walking. You know, you can't give up. Right? Giving up leads to jail, death, addiction. We don't want none of that shit. Sorry, language, whatever.
This is a family show, Ryan.
Well, it really is SHIT when that happens to people. Makes me feel like
Explicit content warning.
So this next song we're going to do is called Perfect Storm. once. I let her think that, but I really am the lucky one. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes we keep going a little longer like we did.
It always ends different. It's like evolving sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a perfect storm.
Yes! Oh, yeah!
Yeah, I wasn't quick on the banana cheek.
So we got a treat for you. I don't know if y'all could see it at home, but down here, Adele is pulling out her viola. And I don't only just sit up here and yap into the mic and sing backup vocals, but I am a songwriter myself. And we're going to do one of mine. It's not a fiddle, it's a viola. And she's a pro. Plays with Boise Philharmonic, Opera Idaho. Yeah, feel blessed. You guys are going to love it. This one's called Keeps Me Lovin' You. Looking into your eyes makes me wanna write a song. I've been traveling these roads looking for you for oh so long. Then you showed up here on this earth. You helped me realize what love is worth. With kisses and lips honey sweet, you taught me how to let me be me. Your hand in mine, just passing the time. It keeps me loving you. It keeps me loving you. Ooh, oh, keeps me loving you. Keeps me loving you. We got something. It's not just anything. Oh no. People that can't stare and call us crazy, and they do. Wishing and wanting. Wishing and wanting. I'm hoping and I'm praying, girl. Hoping and praying. Singing and dancing. Singing and dancing. To you I'm saying. Dreams to come true. Keeps me loving you. Ooh, oh, dreams to come true. Keeps me loving you. Give him a show, Adele. Take it away. It's not just anything. People that can't stare and call us crazy.
All right, this next one's called Our Love. It's just an instrumental.
Hey, thank you. We gotta do some guitar changes. We are multi-instrumentalists, as you can see. So when I first met Adele, she's like, "What kind of music do you like to play?" It's like, "I'm jazz and blues. I'm a jazz blues guitarist." And she's like, "Oh, okay, cool." And we spent one night just sitting on the bed playing blues on the acoustic guitar, and me being the
Okay, this was not the first night that we met.
one of
This
no,
was like
this wasn't.
2 months later.
We courted. I was a gentleman.
But that's the first night that he fell in love with me.
No, that's
Yeah.
what you think. Maybe that's the first night you fell in love with me. 'Cause stop it. But anyway, being the show-off I am, I'm like, "You think that's cool? Check out what I can do with this Strat." So anyway, I am a blues man at heart, and this song Adele wrote for all the blues men out there, but specifically me. Hope y'all like it. This one's fun to play. Oh, yeah.
It's hot in here.
That's fun. Sorry, I'm radiating the heat.
I have that effect.
We're going to do a guitar change real quick. Anyway, sometimes inspiration hits from either life experiences or another musician that you hear, or just a cloud. You know, there's inspiration everywhere you look. Just seeing all these wonderful people behind the scenes right now is inspiring me to play my heart out, and knowing that you guys are watching drives us to put on the best show. Like, same exact show as when we opened for the Mavericks a few weeks ago. Just all that sound and power. So inspiration, Adele wrote this instrumental, and we all kind of threw it into big melting pot. And this is called Santana, because she told the story of sitting in her room growing up, listening to Carlos, laying on her floor, zoning out.
Well, I wasn't the only one in this band that did that.
Yeah, I think
Music saved a lot of us.
music saves, yeah.
Amen, sister.
And then when she met, first night we met at a park. She's like, I have this song, but I haven't found anyone to keep up with me. And I'm just like, you haven't met me yet. So this next one's really fun. It's a funky, Santana is all I can really describe it as, and that is the title. We played it here a year ago, and it has developed and progressed into what you are about to hear. So we hope you enjoy it. Thank you. It's definitely a fun one right there. Oh, yeah. Well, we got a couple left. Our next song is one of our, well, it's our latest release on our Spotify and iTunes, all streaming services. This one's called Sweet Moonrise. And hope y'all like it. This is one that Adele wrote and we recorded in our front room about a year and a half ago, and we woke up and there was like thousands of views overnight on Facebook. So we're like, yep, we got to keep doing this song, I think. And it's a fun one. It's a little more relaxed. We're going to take you guys on a journey. So close your eyes and just relax.
Day is coming on, the time
sweet Moonrise. Hey, thank you.
Well, I think this is going to be our last song. Showstopper. We want to thank everyone here at the Boise Hive for having us again. Everybody that uses the resource that they have available. It's great. I haven't really got to experience anything other than performing on this stage, and we look at it as giving back, because we played here a year ago. It was just one more little step on the journey that we've been on and the success that we've been having. And a lot of the emails that we send to venues and managers across the country, we refer that video, and one thing I was talking to Dan about before the show is I'm excited to watch both and see the progression and the growth, and hopefully you guys notice that too. So Adele wrote this song, and sometimes in life, especially when you're dealing with addiction and mental health problems, especially even like work, home life.
Well, mostly toxic people.
Toxic people, yeah, exactly.
Telling me who I am.
Those are triggers.
Who they think I am.
So this song's called Planted. You just gotta dig your roots in. You know what I mean? Stay away from the roundup.
But
right?
if you dig your roots in, you have to grow. That's the rule.
All right, this one's called Planted. Hope y'all enjoy it. Thank you. Quick shout out. You can follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, all that stuff.
And shout out to my students, Melba.
Melba, yeah.
Love you guys.
We love you guys. Follow and like the Hive. I think.
And Kodog
Dan.
SwearPants.
And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
We're watching.
And thanks for hanging in there with us despite some technical difficulties. It's been a great show. We're back here with Highway 45. Woo. Woo. Yeah.
We have to say our bass player Matthew is with us in spirit. He is playing with one of his other projects right now, so he's right here on the other side. Don, put him in headlock.
Yeah, usually he does. He's Matthew's a pro, and he's got another gig that he's got to be at, so he's been excused. But just this time, at least for now. Adele, what can you say about this set compared to last year? That was amazing, by the way. You guys really, I can't wait to talk about this. Go ahead. What are your thoughts?
We're just really excited to be here, and we've grown as a band just in the past 2 or 3 years, and I think that once you finally get people that kind of vibrate with you, it just continues to grow, and you can spread love and happiness everywhere. That was cheesy, but
No, it wasn't.
that's honestly that's what music is for us, and we feel really blessed that we just get to keep doing it.
You mentioned it. You put some roots down. Every day you're putting roots down with performances across this valley. But you mentioned it. If you're going to put roots down, you got to grow, right?
You gotta grow. Yeah, you do. You have to grow. That's in order to change, you have to remain the same, right? Or is it the opposite? In order to remain the same, you have
Chicken or the egg? I'm not sure.
I don't know. My grandpa always said something like that, but it's true. You do have to keep growing, and as you grow, you become this beautiful tree, and you start to spread all of these plants and leaves and blooms, and yeah.
Yeah, well, very well said. You guys have grown. Speaking of, we have a new member, besides Matthew, who we excused earlier, who is also new. Yeah, Don.
Yeah.
Let me come talk to you really quick.
Right.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I have a good time playing with these guys. It's been fun so far. We've had a good opportunity to go out and spread music and love and happiness and all that good stuff. You said it, so I have to repeat it. I couldn't. Nothing else popped into my mind, but yeah.
Do you live in Melba too?
No, I am here in Boise, and a new transplant here 2 years ago. So, getting into the music scene here in Boise and loving it, and yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Highway 45 is the main highway taking you out to the Snake River Canyon.
12th Avenue in Nampa. Just follow it, and that's Highway 45, right past Legacy gas station. It's like,
and wait, I gotta say, so one of the reasons I wanted to name it Highway 45 is because the road out there was awful, horrible, and so one of my goals was to get the construction done in the next 5 years, and it got done this summer.
Bam!
And I kept saying that at all our shows.
Awareness.
I don't know if that's actually why it happened, but I like to think it is.
I mean, you can't discount the fact that you brought it up and everybody remembers it now.
Yeah.
How do you separate that? You can't. So well done.
Yes, thank you.
You got to grow.
Yeah, you got to grow.
And so what you think about, you manifest, right?
Yeah.
Yes, manifest. Yeah. What you concentrate on becomes your reality, right?
Straight back, I call bluff, don't fake that. I call the pot, I'll take that, cause
was being sober.
Bam.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah. You're welcome. So, it kind of just gave me that clarity in life, and I realized instead of drinking my sorrows away, I just needed to take all of that energy and write a song with it. So that's kind of where that comes from.
Refocused your energies.
Yeah.
It's paid off. You should feel really good. You guys sound amazing.
Thank you.
Ryan, your game, you can shred like, I told you last year you were good. I told you last year you guys sounded great last year, and you really did.
Thank you.
It was a good show last year, but
yeah, it was fun.
Holy expletive, that was something else.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Good.
You've been working hard. It really shows.
Well, I appreciate it. Sorry. It's all about spreading love and happiness. I'm just kidding. Well, if we're talking about me, yes, I've grown, but my motivation is Highway 45 and growing with them. and the amazing musicians that I'm able to share the stage with, you know, Adele, Don, and Matt, whether it's the duo or the duo with Matt, the trio, or all of us together. And sometimes we have a violinist and students. We like to feature some of Adele's students from Melba. You know, that's my motivation. And I just hit 3.5 years. So
I was going to ask.
Yeah, last time it was 2.5. Thank you. And yeah, so I've.
So what's the lesson within the last 12 months that you maybe learned that the previous, you know, year and a half or 2.5 that you didn't learn?
Well, some of that time I was incarcerated for DUI, and that's, you know, getting out, your self-esteem's crap, you know. And
You've done some growing since you've been out.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it might be the cowboy boots, but
well, you know, he's got some new kicks.
Oh, you mean inside?
He's got some new kicks, so you know that helps.
Going back to the guitar playing, you know, it makes it easier when you have an amazing team behind you and that you have
Support system.
Support system, not only in my sobriety but in my music and stuff. And you know, it's nice not having to worry about, oh, you're not good enough to perform with us anymore, or something like that, some negativity. These guys are all positive, and that's what we try to do in our band. And like every band, we have squabbles, but you know what, we learn from them.
Yeah, we're feisty and passionate.
We learn and we grow, and they ultimately bring us closer.
Adele, what did you say?
I said we're feisty and passionate. And sometimes there's a little bit of zest.
Oh, a little zest. Don's bringing the zest.
I bring the zest.
Seasoned.
Seasoned.
Yes.
Seasoned.
Seasoned.
Yeah, that's
Very good. Well, you know, the
Don
seasoning.
brings the flavor. Don brings the flavor, yeah.
Very good. That shirt, a lot of flavor in that shirt. Love the hibiscus.
No, I love playing with these guys, and I'm sure they could zone out or elaborate too.
When we're playing?
Especially the drummer, because you know, in the show you could see some of those times I lost myself, just blacked out almost. Close my eyes and get it, and a lot of times I turn around to look at Don to groove, and he's just, you know,
Holding it down.
And that, I look at those moments as healing. You know, I do this partly to heal, not only myself but everyone. And a lot of times, like in my past performing with people, I can't do that because I'm worried about them messing up or me messing up. But you know, when you get that cohesive unit with an awesome leader like Adele, it makes it a lot easier to do your thing, you know.
She's quite the front woman. Well done.
Thank you.
Step it.
I'm gonna cry. No, I got another metaphor for you.
Oh, great.
It's something like this. So I just realized that Dawn is kind of the roots, and we were having a hard time. Well, I mean, we weren't having a hard time, but it's not as fun without the roots, right? And then we got Matt is like the structure of the tree, right? He's the trunk, and then am I the branches or you?
I'm the branches and she's
And I'm the leaves.
Yeah.
So I like fly. You know, you like.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
I gotta do a new whole thing. I gotta do a whole cover art.
Sounds like another song.
Motivation. See, it comes from anywhere, like I said on stage.
Comes from every and all angles, doesn't it?
Yeah, let's
Yes,
just get
sir.
creative.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's get creative. The music, as you mentioned, it's super healing.
Well, and it's one thing too. It's 100% original. We write everything. We don't really do the cover scene, which.
Not that there's anything wrong with that,
No,
but
hey, let me finish.
sorry to cut you off.
There's nothing
Horrible.
wrong with it. In fact, our bass player, you know, his band that he's playing with now does covers, and hey, that is fun. Covers are fun. Great way to learn, you know, and people love it.
Yeah.
You know, and we write through our life experiences, you know, and what were you going to say?
Well, and through those life experiences, nothing is ever really original and new, right? Because we've all seen it for thousands of years. All of these different things have been happening. So even though it's original, it's different, and it's new, it's just our take on those 12 notes of music, you know?
Yeah.
You've made them new.
Yeah. Okay.
I like it. Well done. So yeah.
Dawn's a songwriter.
Dawn?
Also. We haven't talked
Okay, we haven't talked. We need to talk more to Dawn.
I haven't had a chance to,
Scoot over
to
here, guys. Scoot over,
showcase
scoot.
any of my material yet, but we will eventually when we get some time. We're actually just, you know, we're fairly new. I mean, 4 or 5 months that we've actually been together, so we haven't really I haven't had the opportunity to share all that stuff with them yet, but we will eventually.
On our road trip to Pocatello, opening for the Mavericks, we got to hear some of his stuff.
That's really good.
He's like, let me play this band. And then, do you like it? That's me.
It just happens
Like, that's
to be
me.
And it was
That's
amazing.
Don's original.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys maybe would stop playing so many shows, every night's a new show,
Right.
and maybe work on some new
We'll
songs
do
with
that.
Don.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Take a breather, take a breath. That's what that's what winter's for, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hey, we look forward to hearing some more new stuff. You guys, that was a great set. It was very heartfelt, and it was a great performance. I think you're gonna love it if you go back and watch or listen.
Awesome. Awesome.
But,
We had a good time.
yeah. Well, we hit on it earlier, but this place, the Hive's all about mental health
Yep.
and suicide awareness and prevention, and also healing for the survivors of suicide, because it affects all of us.
Absolutely.
And so this place has been amazing for that, and we have resources here. We've got counselors, we've got couches, we've got friends, and we've got ice cold LaCroix and refreshments. And but the people here are great. Come down, you'll find your tribe. And what more can we say about the music being so healing?
Yeah. It's kind of universal. So I mean,
Kinda
that's
is. I
that's
mean, We like to beat horses around here, but
yeah.
no pun intended. It's the glue. It's the glue that holds the fabric. That was really bad. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Okay. So if you need to talk to somebody, or anybody needs, send them down here. We appreciate the love that you give out, spreading the Boise Hive love and the word and the message about this place. Has done wonders for you, because I think you sound great, and I mean, you can't separate the two. Maybe one caused the other. I don't know. Anyway.
You put out in the universe,
That's
whether it's good or bad, it's gonna come back at you tenfold. So you might as well just choose the good, because that's what's gonna happen.
You really sound amazing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thrive at boisehive.org. If you know somebody, need to talk to somebody, send them that email address, and
Don't be afraid.
don't be afraid.
Do it.
How about the students at Melba? Is that where you're teaching?
Yep, I still direct music over in Melba.
Go Mustangs.
Yeah, go Mustangs. And he is actually my assistant pep band coach
Yeah.
now. And he does instrument repairs, and he's going to start teaching lessons. So if you're interested in taking private lessons,
Hey.
he's
a
up.
marketing
Oh, sorry.
scheme.
So,
I
you know
gotta
what?
tell
I
him
forgot
about
I forgot one question I was going to ask
Yeah,
you about
what's
that.
up? Yeah.
So just to digress a little bit, since we're all here, tell me a story about that, maybe you tell your students about the power of music that you can relay. Is that putting you on the spot too much? Like, what do you tell your students about how music can change their lives? Like, just beyond the notes and beyond the theory,
Yeah, sure. So music, to me, is the only thing that has spanned through time. And even though it's changing and developing into its own genres and subgenres and, multi-genres, it's the only thing that spans through time and, what is it, sound? Right?
Space.
Space? Because sound can go through, light can't, but sound can. Right?
That's deep.
Super deep.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
nice.
Sharing that.
But that's pretty much what I tell my students, and it involves all the subjects too, because you have history, you have science, math, everything. And I can't, poetry. Yep, English. I can't, or whatever language it is. I can't make you play the instruments, but I can guide you there. And you have to put in the effort in order to learn something. And I think that's what's hard for people. But as musicians, we all have that perfection complex too, where it's like, oh man, I missed that one note. But you have to kind of switch the way that you think into how many notes did you get right? Because that's what's important, right? That means you're doing it right instead of just that one note. So it's like, yeah, fix that one note, but like think about all the ones that you just did right, because that's way more. Just things like that.
That's a good
Does that answer
approach.
your question?
Yes, thank you for that. Yeah, that's
Also, lastly, music is one of the things you can play until you're like 90, 100 years old, right? I mean, you have sports you give out by the time you're 45, 50, and then you start a new sport, right? Or a new hobby. But and I know your fingers kind of start to give out, but it's just something that it's our spirit, It's just there.
If you get a chance, go watch the Tony Bennett special with Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That whole thing, how that played out, is just another testament on the power of music and how powerful and healing it can be.
Yeah.
But,
And it's the thing you get to get better at.
Yeah.
You know, because you think that you're in your prime, but you're not in your prime. And you just always learning, always growing, developing, changing, you know.
Step into the time machine. Yes. All right. Where can the fans find you?
That's Ryan.
Oh, me, yeah. Well, you can find us everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, at highway45_band. All of our personal tags are on there. If you want to shoot us individual messages, whether it be lessons or just inspiration, anyone thinking about suicide, feel free to hit me up, and I'm here for you. You can, we got YouTube, obviously, Spotify, Apple Music, all those. We're everywhere.
Email?
We're everywhere. It's,
Email us.
Our email, highway45productions@gmail.com. We're available for, our services.
Book them.
Book them.
Book them now because they're getting busy.
Book them, Dano.
We are getting busy, very busy.
We're getting busy, yeah. And, we've been working really hard for more opportunities, and they've been coming, and they're getting bigger and bigger. So book us now while you still can.
You don't want to miss out.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sobriety looks good on you, Ryan.
Aw, cute.
Thank you. I also, since the last time, I've went gluten-free, and so if you look at the videos.
That's maybe what's the additional glow is from. I don't know.
And what's good about going gluten-free is you don't have to worry about me drinking beer because most of it's gluten, right? But just living healthier and the music for sure, and just surrounding yourself with those positive people, and.
And one thing that we've been working on too as a band is like learning how to communicate appropriately and understand each other. And like if one of us is really blunt or, maybe might sound mean or I point at myself. Or mean or judgmental or something like that. It's not necessarily that I'm trying, all of us sometimes come across like where, it's too much or something. It's just we're learning how to communicate. And that's one thing too that the Mavericks reminded me of is I always had a hard time expressing my words, but when I sing, I can just like say this story, and we just have to remember that we all have something to say. So.
Well said. Highway 45, thank you guys. Ryan, Adele, Dawn, Matthew. We'll be right back with more from Prof Z coming right up.
Don't go anywhere. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Live at the Hive. Without further ado, please help me welcome to the stage at the beginning of time, Prof Z.
This one's called Birds of Prey. PROFZ, looking for that PROOF so I can weigh against my hypotheses, analyses, vigilantes, placing my bets, reserved, circumstantial. I'm not afraid to be dealt a new hand, frantic. I won't panic, jump on that wagon before I'm irrelevant. Counter the currents because I'm irreverent. No stop, go, no cruise control. Say yes, way too much for someone in the know. Serotonin deficient, but I'm awake. Cerebellum efficient, so I translate. And I'm dope, when I feel it. On the road, when I'm wheeling. Put my Vans in four-wheel when I kick push. I'm a man with drive, so I stick to it. Under pressure, don't crumple or fold. Wonder whether I'm hot or I'm cold. Breaking the mold, but I do what I'm told. Never selling my soul, even when I'm scolded. Jack of all trades, well-rounded. Rooted in place, I'm grounded. Diamonds and spades, astounded. Spades slice the dirt. Digging for diamond to trade for a heart in the club. Reserved for people putting in work. Forgive my smirk, don no camouflage. The arms I value the most I write with. I practice patience and peace, it's no mirage, no sabotage. Jack of all, no trade back. I call the bluff, don't fake that. I call the pot, I'll take that. Cause birds of prey don't stay back. I'm circling, not vulturing. His brain cells I'm culturing. Mainstream surrendering to riptides I'm rendering. Spring up, don't spring back. His fountains don't hold back. This mountain spring fresh track that's melting the snowpack. Powers of me are the powers that be in this golden approach that is easy to see. Shine like a diamond you thought you could find the ring around rows of opposers that be flight of an eagle. Flight of the real as it is hunting. Agenda of ascension. Wingspan regal, not illegal. It's just natural, namesake basis. No peace, no running. Survival of the fittest. It's factual, contractual. Time to coast, time to seaside sunset. Time to grow, time to free 5-0 from that. Turn your brittle innards into bread. Rattle the skittles inside your head. You've made your bed and I'm fed up. Sit in a sauna, sipping a bottle to bring a nirvana. Soon I'm gone. Head is a split, throb to the beat of the sweat as it drip. Losing my grip, immersed in the verse as I battle the curse. Terse with the word as I conjure the birds. 2 fingers up like I'm flipping the meaning. Having enough of the kicking and screaming. My dynamic scoffs at your statics. Your second amendment is useless against my pneumatics. I hope the pneumonia I spit is potent, so I infiltrate the mind of every witness. I'm not looking for facts to back up my beliefs. Even when the truth hurts, reality gives me peace. I'm not ass backwards, living in a glass house that shatters whenever I'm contradicted like I'm all that matters. So you'll find me pebble in hand, a stone's throw away, wound up and ready, and I'm aiming for the gray. In between your black and white perceptions neglected, like you're in Montessori and you couldn't absorb your lesson. Your story about as straight as the slithering snake that gobbled up your courage. You got the depth of a pancake. I'm bored with your abhorrent and Boris chorus. I'm floored that I've already exceeded your memory storage. Thank you. This one's called Guardian Angels. I wish I knew right from wrong way back when. 13 around the sun and they puff past. I wish I picked up and passed and left their asses. I stayed in the circle, past left, never left. My old crew in the rhythm of the new cool. Inhale, hang on to old memories. Exhale, accept the new realities. Bike pegs we used to ride, rusty in the gutter, way off to the side. Swimming hole dried up, where we used to ride up. The kings of the canyon left their saddles, the strings of new companions tied up their paddles. Snowball fights and headshots count for shit when synthetic good times come easy with a hit. Hit with the truth when the values shift. Split like a tooth but the roots don't drift. Clinging on like a handshake, too long, too strong. Ringing bells on the mandate. Wake up in the fog, old crew you knew like the back of your hand. Burnt hair and bubbled skin like a cigarette brand. Cattle fenced in by that dopamine rush. Rattled like the lungs as they release the final breath, the only path to escape. Cut off before gangrene takes over your shape. Closed doors to memories you thought you would make, just to forget. Dissolved by liquor, put down the drain. Sedentary, temperamental, sunk ships. Closed lips, rudimentary brain cells on the floor like hair clips. Past left, never left. Sit back, no gap, cause that puff pass. Gotta catch every lap. Relay race with no winner. No wings like a sinner. Forget I'm a beginner. Awake for 13 minutes. And witty kid got shut like a lid until he let that cherry die and remembered who he is. Life would be different if I didn't leave it behind. Turned my cheek at 16 and kept my elbows in line. Crisscross applesauce on the floor no more. Let my brain get the win before the losing score. 10 steps from the edge, the chasm of no return. Almost rewired my circuits to malfunction and burn. Sizzled like that patchy grass that used to be green, but still has potential to grow as long as it stays clean. I started hitting up books instead of hitting up crooks. I started looking for answers instead of looking for looks. The book full of pages left blank in the middle. Started filling in the gaps with punchlines to my own riddles. Reaching for my potential with steady feet on the ground. Instead of grasping for straws while I dangle, scared to look down. Might be right for them, but it's not right for me. I'm not for the dead end paycheck to paycheck, evidently. It's not how you currently be, it's how you proceed with guts to make the changes. Heart of hearts is my creed. I'm more important than the hookup that I bring to the table. Realize it's irrelevant because that ground is unstable. Clarity didn't come until later. I could have been Skywalker or Vader. The path of least resistance would resist me the most. Now that I found a bigger purpose, I'm alert at my post. Fire in my step like I'm skipping on death. Speaking my own truth like there's fire in my breath. Unafraid of what's to come because there's no place to run. I look it dead in the eye even if it burns like the sun. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna actually skip ahead a little bit. This is a different one. I did a collaboration with my friend who's a local EDM artist. He goes by Mind Fabric. Highly recommend looking him up. He's amazing. His Instagram page, he does audio visual too. It's amazing. So this one, we're calling it Infinite Space right now. This is the first time I'm performing it. I'm very excited. So give it up for Mind Fabric. Ever-changing fabric of my mind. Ripple effect, polyrhythm in my nervous system. Repeating waves return, I greet them like I missed them. Hip shakes on grandstands, hand cannon like brass bands. Reweave that twine rope, gold braids make rich strands. Reverberate, bass lines, brain matter combined. Two shoes that bump, jump, and run up on incline. Directions. Waves pulsating pressure within my skull like a migraine. Vibrations, palpitations, mind's eyes that rule nations. Loose screws go unused like good news on main stations. Cloud shines on Moonrise, gray rain on high tide. Shimmer with the ripples, a reflection as the crow flies. Spread the distance, a vast planet, can you imagine? Infinite wingspan, angel string band landed. Inspired by calm wind and fireside. Realize the pressed path, free ride on moonlight. Sweeten the breeze as it flutters to the grassy ground I find between my knees. Riverbank, placate swift current, the mainstay inferent. Smooth rock, transcendental as the water is working. I heard it. A storm brewing, a racket, electric as the weather pattern. Erratic, the scattered shapes on landscapes battered. A shatter, a clatter, a splatter. Dark matter we gather. Void space rumbles, rock crumbles. Cliff ledge release, I feel peace, then I tumble.
love that one. Again, yeah, Mind Fabric. I guess a brief introduction. I go by Prof Z. You can find me on Instagram at Prof Z Rap and Facebook. Most of the beats, other than that one, actually all of them other than that one, were produced by my buddy Squid, SQWD. You can find him at Squid Productions on Instagram. And all of us are now on Spotify, too, and SoundCloud. Yeah, we love Squid. He was here last time, and a huge shout out to the Hive. It's an honor to be back. This is the place where I did my very first performance of all time. I'd never even been to an open mic or anything, so that was awesome. Okay, let's see. All right, we're just gonna move on to Bug Beat. Oldie, but a goodie. As I bioluminesce, stoking the fire like I'm trying to express. Sitting in the back, spanning the gap, goals on the rise, I try to acquiesce. Go with the flow, gotta change with the cadence. Switching it up, gotta stay in good graces. Silent alarm while I embody patience. Wander alone in the cornstalk maze. Stand in the backdrop while the top notch sing. Round like a bad dog when it comes topping. Feather in the wind, gone bury the sin. Settle in the bin, come carry the win. Stare in the mirror, reflect on reflections. I care to be here, now inspect imperfection. Stick to the pavement, slick when the storm hit. Gavel in the courtroom, sick with the same shit. Fly on the window, buzzing in the back. Lunch unattended, sitting in a sack. Glitter in its red eyes, waiting to attack. Get shit on your taste buds when your lips smack. Recklessly fluttering wings, makes to be feeling that sting. Chopsticks hit with the swing and a miss. Sit back, sensei, leave it to the kid. Ambition is coming, they're running from something to nothing. Boomers are stranding us worse than the prey they are hunting. Ignorant people are thinking that something is funny when progress withheld with the promise of making the money. Ribbons of fear, the zip tie my wrist is my potential getting closer to bring down the fist. Sit in a chair to split down the seam as destiny is getting ready to rain down supreme. I'm the aphid in the bug beat, trickling but I can't sleep. Cricket in the background drops with the cold free. Spider on the nightstand, crushed by the right hand. Eyes on the prize, but he cried when he died. Ants and the beetles are left unencumbered. They're grand and they're stable, they're strong in their numbers. The meaning of life, what they do to survive. The next meal, what's real, everything else a lie. Porous like the dirt they live beneath. Chorus of the work to live and breathe. Conquest of the subterranean. Promptness working with the gradient. Opalescent like a tendon as I cut my steak. Reminiscent of the memories I used to make. I didn't shed a tear about the circle of life until I closing in on me with all the worry and strife. Mind is unraveling, losing its pieces. Perception, a parachute isn't a leash. Keeping me grounded to keep me from running. Or pull the ripcord just to see if I plummet. Thank you. Okay. Moving on to Ripple Effect. I can see clearer within the fog with the right sound. I can reconsider all the wrong when it rains clouds. I can sniff it out before it falls with a big nose. I can take a moment, slow it down. When I smell roses, I can prop it open like a gate. When the doors close, I can stop from moping when the hate's superimposed. Goal is to be a random artist that pops on your playlist. Makes you think critical beyond just the basics. Circumstance is a pebble in a lake. Your reaction is the ripple in the wake. Smile to frown, spreads contagious all around. Moving through the blue like voiceless sound waves through loud crowds. If only we knew the chain reaction of interaction spoke aloud. Frequencies get muddled when you're a drop in the ocean. Moving with the tides, big wave locomotion. Crashing on the beach with the power to break sand. Fed by little creeks until now it is great span. Spread all over the world like continental amoeba. Readily flags unfurled and planted dominion levers. Vines of culture spread like tendrils over boundary lines and structures. Boundless rovers. Displaced heterogeneity. Homo sapien, no road untaken. No space untamed, no rock unturned. Stark cliffs, scaled and carved. Hieroglyphs are timeless scars. We have the capacity, to steward ecosystems. Instead we use our clever to devour when we reap them like grim and bitey, all high and mighty, like matchstick fire lighting wild and brightly. Birch and brimstone, smoke, meat and charcoal. Work the ringtone, broke speakers, crowd control. FaceTime connected, enter the web like spiders multitasking. HTTPS, world at the fingertips like outdoor push-ups. Right swipes and left clicks. Imprisoned by space bars like Folsom. Wholesome and encompassing. No patent pending on resources. So we stole them and we hold them to control them. Hands off the wheel till we're bad to control. No brakes, no reverse on spaceship Earth and roll. And enlist in the ranks to outflank the tanks. Aim to tear and turn rainforest to planks. Just like the pebble in the lake, it's a ripple. Butterfly effect in the wake of the push-pull. Singularities linked together from broken chains. Polymerization of reactions within our plane. I'll stop writing when the world figures itself out. So I'll have ink on reorder, no doubt. Curious vantage, like question mark on a ledge that's praying like mantis. Taking nothing for granted till the eagle has landed and the prey it is brandished is handed over. Thank you. This next one is an angry letter written to ExxonMobil. It's called X on the Beach. Proved climate change in 1977, then hired the same misinformation company that Marlboro used to spread misinformation about cigarettes. Except Exxon spread misinformation about climate change. And climate change is controversial to this day. Industrial machine, put smoke on the screen, cast shadows of a doubt so we don't question what you're all about. Oil spills swallowed like a dirty pill, like the number of species you killed. You were paid to clean it up so you still get your fill. Your scientists proved the climate you changed and published and hired misinformation campaigns. Thanks to rogue slogans like Marlboro brand, holding our brains molded to crave solace in the cancer you sold. Blue collar, black lung, rigor mortis and cold, you're so bold. If you got them, hold them, so you held us hostage. If you can control them, marionettes pay homage. So that's what we did what you bid. And just like your mistress, cigarettes you did us in. With your secondhand smoke, exhaust pipe we choke. Like a wish written on paper, we burn what you sold. Individual people who dependent, dead and cold. Simultaneously, they warm the globe. But I digress from the message you sent, while I'm impressed by the lasting consequence. Minds with false claims and changing the record. To this day, climate change is controversial. Contradicted your own evidence with false commercials. Your state-of-the-art barge measured ocean CO2, which would absorb more than the atmosphere they told you. Thus we managed to acidify the greatest body of water just to buy a few years before the climate was altered. You proved that once it's detectable, it's too late. You had over a decade to direct a new fate. Instead you spread misinformation about politicians who still won't hold you accountable in their power position. Now you profit on leading sustainable innovation and carbon capture despite you're the ones who made it a problem. Now you profit again when you solve them. Double dipping and Satan's pudding, congrats on your string pulling. Why would you alter your destructive course when you can clean up your own mess for profit, no loss? Put mannequins in charge and devastate the environment. Put carburetors in cars that are more inefficient so they burn more of your gas than tear up railroad tracks. To force long haul trucking, the more fumes we're sucking the better. Government has our best interest at heart. Oh wait, that's right, they play the lobbyist part. Campaign donors, domain holders, in this game retain orders, laws written by shareholders. Thank God for capitalism, where profit is God. It's part of God's plan when we're mowed down like sod. In the name of industrial gain, shoulder the pain, while they sit back on private jet planes. Carried no shame, no blame, they came, they saw, they conquered like Alexander the Great. They shouldered the fame while fanning the flame. Take note from the mistakes they wrote, we all inhabit the earth. Quit blowing your smoke, stop waiting for a punchline to this sick joke, and join the resistance so our children can know what it means to see a blue sky and clear lake, so they can know we have what it takes to steward the earth and respect our environment, despite the odds of the shitstorm we are flying in. As modern observation makes you obsolete, you come up with little workarounds that keep you on your feet. Fossil fuels should be kept in the ground, but plastic production is keeping you around. So instead of ending plastic, the scourge of the earth, you double its production to get oil fields worth. Ice caps are going to melt, don't doubt. It's too late to prevent those infamous droughts. I guess all we can do is accept we before we even walked on the moon like rogue stags. Don't let corporations keep control. Power to the people cause we care about souls. Some things outweigh the shareholders' goals, like the breath in our lungs and the heartbeat we hold, and infinite heartbeats of future generations. Without respect for our mother, we'll be decimated. We all know not to bite the hand that feeds us, but we've been gnawing at her hand since Industrial Revolution. I omitted the F word and then I kind of lost my track there. Are any nerds in the house? Okay. I don't know if you can tell, but my content's a little different than many rappers. Probably informed by the fact that I have a master's in bioenvironmental engineering with a minor in sustainability. And I also TA'd thermodynamics and like biomaterials and stuff. And I took a keen interest in like evolutionary biology and microbiology. And this next one kind of combines all those together. It's called Expansion. Go. The universe is expanding. It ebbs and it flows. The universe is expanding. We're all caught in the tide. The universe is expanding. Enjoy the ride. The universe is difficult to contemplate, but it is a possibility to calculate. There are laws and theories that we can formulate, but thermodynamics does not negotiate. This isn't political, there is no debate. If you think it is spiritual, redetermine your fate. If you know it is real, you and I can relate. Unsure of how you feel? Now that's a mistake. Knowledge is power, so power lies to the facts. Momentum is energy with inertia to back. Seamless like stitches in the fabric of time. Heedless like those who want to poison your mind. Develop curriculum using knowledge and facts. Galileo's executioner is holding us back. Denying evolution and the climate we change, or the answer to the mystery of life is DNA. The universe is expanding. We don't know its source. The universe is expanding. We don't know its course. The universe is expanding. Hold on to what's real. The universe is expanding. The infinite wheel. Life originated on a grain of sand. Nucleic acid in the mix, but it wasn't God's plan. All of the ingredients enclosed in the membrane, with RNA created with the sand as a template. The RNA strand survived another day. Amino acid in the mix with the role to play. Together they initiate a protein complex. The recipe encoded, the RNA index. Evolution over time, DNA arised. DNA evolved to keep itself alive. DNA simply found a way to persist. The entire web of life is a result of this. People are obsessed with the meaning of life. We're here cause we're here, that's the beauty of life. The odds of existence even infinitesimal. Every living thing in nature is a miracle. The universe is expanding. We can see in the dark. The universe is expanding. Every star is a spark. The universe is expanding. We can live in the light. The universe is expanding. Or be devoured by night. Light is a particle, but it's also a wave. Its frequency alone will define how it behaves. Light is also energy that's left unsettled, and matter is energy on a quantum level. Everything tangible, energetical resonance. Even the earth and every one of its residents. Similar frequencies tend to harmonize. Destructive consequences, opposites collide. This helps to understand relationships with each other. Similar vibrations unite us like brothers. Positive or negative is what you emit. The universe returns what you're giving to it. Entropy, the omnipresent fundamental law. To think of it like chaos is a fundamental flaw. To maximize the microstate, that's fundamental role. To maximize our freedom is our fundamental goal. Entropy, the second law of thermodynamics, applies to more than just energy. and the movement of matter through space-time. I believe it applies to life as a whole. Biology's great conquest is proliferation, expansion, and spreading of its genome. Entropy is a governing force of movement towards freedom. Every molecule, every species, every planet tends to maximize its mobility within its sphere of existence. Humans have the unique ability to perceive and rationalize this governing law through their desires for freedom, independence, individuality, and democracy. The ideals of a liberal society, the ideals that all life hold, even those organisms not sophisticated enough to communicate them. Thanks for nerding out with me, y'all. Oh yeah, this song's gonna bust out the chair for. You know, life is fun, life is good, but sometimes life sucks. This next one I call Stargazing. If it'll play. I wrote it as a reminder that when you're in a really dark place, it's worth sticking around, even just for that moment when the sun peeks through the clouds. If you've lost anybody to suicide or overdose, don't be afraid to pull out those lights. Gazing out the window on a gloomy day, searching for the beauty in the dewy gray, sunken in the posture of the covered sun, drunken on the closure as the colors run. Golden fingers start to reach from the heavens, holding the horizon like it never left it, touching my pupils through the lingering droplets, unmistakably beautiful as the gloom is forgotten. Traveling urgently to the next place of absorption, eager to fill in the cracks of the roll of osmosis. Drip as they make constellations that skip down the glass, slip as they wait in the wake of others that passed. Stargaze even in the light of day, dewy angels dancing on the window pane, sunny drops glitter. I think I lost it. I don't know what happened there. Gazing out the window on a gloomy day, searching for the beauty in the dewy gray, sunken in the posture of the covered sun, drunken on the closure as the colors run. Golden fingers start to reach from the heavens, holding the horizon like it never left it, touching my pupils through the lingering droplets, unmistakably beautiful as the gloom is forgotten. Traveling urgently to the next place of absorption, eager to fill in the cracks of the roll of osmosis. Drip as they make constellations that skip down the glass, slip as they skate in the wake of others that passed. Stargaze even in the light of day, dewy angels dancing on the window pane, sunny drops glitter at a falling pace, slow glaze as the stragglers make their way, struggling to shake away the bitter feeling. Shrug it off, but honestly my mind is reeling. Empty spaces taking up my notebook pages. Where is the saving grace from the dawn of ages? The story or the song that will lift up my spirits. The worries will be gone when I can finally hear it. Listen for that pitter pat of rain on the roof as I drink up this existence that I don't want to lose. Dark as the night in the subsurface tunnels we brave, until you turn on your light and see crystals are filling the cave. Fractals of patterns that glow in the front of the void. Perspective is shattering, hopeless is gone and destroyed. Stargaze even in the light of day, dewy angels dancing on the window pane, sunny drops glitter at a falling pace, slow glaze as the stragglers make their way. If every day was brimming with the blue in the sky, the cloudy gray that's bringing in the nectar of life would never get the chance to quench the thirst of the earth. The never-ending drought would be the most fatal curse. The riverbed would dry, brown, broken, and brittle. The flora and the fauna withered and shriveled. We wouldn't be lasting without the thirst getting quenched. We wouldn't be breathing without oxygen replenished. Suddenly grateful for gray in the gloom of the day. Without it, no color from flowers that bloom on the grave. Synergies get convoluted by cause and effect. Veiled by selfish experience, lest we reflect. Stargaze, even in the light of day. Nowadays doesn't seem so far away. Runaway emotions finally found their place. Stunning is the view, no matter where I face. And the Boise Hive, it means a lot to me because they're here to provide mental health resources for people who are struggling. And something to remember, if you're struggling, that people care about you a lot more than you realize. And if you know someone who's struggling, or even if they're not, it's important to always remember to remind the people you love and the people in your life that you care about them a lot more than they realize too. Thanks for bearing with me on that one.
Yeah.
And there's also less healthy coping mechanisms. This one's called Sipping on Grapes. Sipping on grapes, 12% satisfaction guaranteed till I wake. Why would I look for the proof in the pudding when I can find 90 proof in a bottle of poison? It's nice to erase my prior mistakes that follow me around until I alter my state. Sometimes I feel like my life is a deep fake. Sometimes I smile when I'm really irate. Sometimes I say no when I'd like to partake. Sometimes I say yes when I'd like to escape. Sometimes time is all that I crave. Sometimes I rattle the bars in my jail cell, losing my vision like Braille cell. Nothing refreshing like stale cells, slowing my progress like snail cell. Stone cold rancid, black mold dressed fancy, startled awake like necromancy. Clap once for the moment, twice when I'm sober, thrice when I'm wandering alone like a rover. Cause life likes dishing that shit a la carte. I've got 10 dirty digits cause I picked it apart. Wash my hands in the sink, cleanse my soul with a drink, dangle my feet while I hang on the brink. Bankroll the billfold, deposit and collar to win. The pseudonym of you, the Gouda guy that we can root it in. Spread it on the cracker, crumple up the wrapper. Charcuterie reserved for the top of the ladder. They whitewash the top rung and say all can climb, but reinforce the gradient to keep us in line. Then dollop the bottom of our bowl like soup kitchen. Spoon scrape cheap plastic, don't know what I'm missing. Why would I use barley in my daily bread when I can ferment it and let it go straight to my head? Yeast, sugar, and water make sourdough rise, or the same combination, ABV to the skies. Sunset on summer with the promise of bitter, with bitters and whiskey staying warm as a simmer. Elevate blood oxygen and place on a treadmill, or elevate blood alcohol, turn mountain into molehill. Stumbling and mumbling through timing that down slope and suckling that bottle of new hope. Renegade Jedi, strong with the force of remorse, steady on the zigzag of wobbly course. Cartoon precision sketched out of the lines, rewind like a tape deck snatched from the bowels of time, or a scratch record, skip, repeat. The stylist pattern of what I do with my 2 feet. I don't have the spins, I embody them, around in circles like roundhouse karate zen. The aikido of we go again, credo of sit on the fence, repeating predicaments, deja voodoo kid, crumbled like rubble like never got smart. Heifer wizened up with every false start. Feeling overwhelmed, stop and smell the rosé. Living in the heyday of Mayday. Face down on ground town like I'm looking for worms. Hook, line, and sinker while I'm fishing for words. Or drinking like a fish in the depths underwater. Looking for meaning in the bubbles as they wander. Caught up in the riptide, never riding the wave. Belly up, begging for sunlight in my cave. Praying to the Jesus fish that walks on land. Darwinian lakes with miracles in his hands. Juxtapose the beginning, I suppose I am sinning. Tug of war where the side of desire is winning. It's not the eye of the tiger, I'm its white claw. Pale like the ale, but I got hops. Currency to the worst to be, that's prevalent like royalty. My golden corona with lime wedge for loyalty. Why shoot for the moon when I can shoot moonshine? If we could distill the sun, we could sip in sunshine. The gin is out of the bottle, ready to grant wishes. Since Lady Luck wasn't around to blow kisses. Some pain men with time, some with tequila and lime. The latter has me walking that fine line. Thank you. That is one of my favorites. It's very fun. Okay, this one's an interesting one. It's a concept piece on the Big Bad Wolf. It's a new one that y'all haven't heard yet. Wondering what? Picking my path through the brambles in the patch, wondering the underbrush hung up on the snags, head up like a stag mounted on the wall of prominence. How'd I end up here? I guess it wasn't on the dominance. Bested by the apex predator, couldn't compete, molested my intentions, I was rendered obsolete. They didn't even need a gun to bring me to the ground, because they ran me to exhaustion and then I was never found. Healing while they mow, catch a moment to myself in between another obstacle to keep me feeling well enough at least to punch in for another shift, giving just enough leeway to keep me go adrift. Mental health such a concern until they learn it will influence productivity levels when I burn. So here I yearn, losing it for sure. Guess I'll gobble goldfish and crack another yerb. What? Wondering what? Wondering what? I'm not gonna give you my 2 cents, cause nothing out here even makes sense. Unlike my passion that's starting to slow, a fifth still burns when it gets low. The wound is fresh and I'm picking at the scab when I slide my number to a pretty gal that I just met. I wish that I could say what it is I want to say, but I'm yelling at myself while my voice box is getting frayed, and I'm afraid that I'll be played if I am forthright and honest. So I guess I'm gonna stay in my bubble while being modest. Crap shoot the moon, cruise and raise you up Pluto, since I'm addicted to the setting of the sun. And what do you know? Kleptomania, trick you to think I'm saving ya, and then I'm sinking in my teeth like I hate you from Transylvania, then blaming ya like I'm not the one who was craving ya. How are you with promises, maybe even a please? Hunting in the pasture for another sweet release. What? Wondering what? Wondering what? Could it even be who I think I see? Could I even read the lines in between? Skeptical of just enough to keep me coming back. Scared of her fangs underneath the red hood. Silly to have heebie-jeebies from a little snack. She couldn't see my wolf skin back from where she stood. Before she crossed the threshold, I got skittish and bled. So I used my breath to topple Piggy's house around the left. Whoop, there goes another one, toppled over sticks, since I haven't had the confidence for crumbling the bricks. Staying here to lick my wound, I'm guessing I will pick it soon. Next time little red comes around, you bet that I'ma make her swoon. Ha ha! Woke up on the floor next to the copy machine. Her eyes wide like saucers as she's standing over me. Daydreaming again, my eyes wide shut. She didn't say a word as she was wondering what. Thank you. Sorry if I boosted that one a little too high. I had a hard time hearing the drums. Ooh. The next one's my favorite. It is also my most controversial one, so sorry if you are offended by UFOs. This dropped on Spotify last week. Here we go. UFOs and Doogie Woogie Boogie Man. Sasquatch is actually a Woogie Man. He came from outer space long ago and so far away. Like the wood so much as he decided to stay. Maybe he's the missing link in human evolution, but either way, in any case, I won't be disillusioned. The earth is flat, the sky is a dome with projected images. The pyramids were constructed by ancient aliens. Laser precision and alignment with astrology, feasible only with lost Atlantean technology. Startling discoveries of these ancient anomalies have gotten me pondering on the origin of everything. Adam and Eve is more than just a kinky website. Gave birth to mankind while dinosaurs were alive. Joseph Smith is many things, but he is not a phony. Stuck a tablet in his hat and called it macaroni. Santa Claus lost a bet with Jesus. Got stuck in the North Pole where it's freezing. The Easter Bunny met up with Moses at the potluck and hopped in the back of Muhammad's pickup truck. Drove it to go fishing for the Loch Ness Monster after stopping by to pick up Odin and his little brother. But no messy with Nessie, cause she besties with Buddha. Drinking Henny and Sangria with the other friend Judas. Durga and her many hands, drinks for all eternity. One too many, Mary's getting tested for paternity. Uh-oh, Joe, better get back to your carpentry, cause child support is about to get the best of ye. God is a white bearded man in the sky. No, he's a brown bearded man in the sky. Maybe we should kill each other, prove it who is right. Killing is a sin, but in this fight it's alright. I'll have you know that my beliefs are institution. I know I'm right, I know you're wrong, I won't be disillusioned. Reality check bounced, I got mine on loan from a preacher, cause it's easier while my mind roams. I won't let facts inform my beliefs. That's why I'm not vaxxed like those other creeps. Hopped up on those Bill Gates nanos, radiating 5G like Elon Santos. Sure, the internet connection will be better, whatever. I saw a guy on TikTok magnetic through his sweater. Why would I let Fauci ouchie keep me feeling fine when ivermectin is letting me feel equine? People are dying, but I'll ignore my comorbidity. Why listen to the doctor? I get better from Sean Hannity. They're handing me the answers that I want, so I'll believe it, even if it comes around and it's the shit that I'll be eating. I feel this way because I am a cancer, and my tarot reading gave me all the answers. But none of it matters, because none of this is real. We're living in the simulation, coded how we feel. Free will is a construct invented by the patriarchy, hiding underlying matrices within our hierarchy. Cognitive dissonance, misconstrued confusion. But either way, in any case, I won't be disillusioned. God is a white bearded man in the sky. No, he's a brown bearded man in the sky. Maybe we should kill each other, prove it who is right. Killing is a sin, but in this fight it's alright. Buzz the noogie woogie boogie man. Sasquatch is actually a Wookiee man. I'm afraid of what's about to make crop circles from the sky. Afraid of what's below my bed while I'm asleep at night. Afraid to believe what's considered verifiable. Afraid to disbelieve even though I'm the one they're lying to. It's too much work to do my research on my own. So gobble the buffet if it's the answers to unknown. As long as those around repeat misguided ideologies, I'll reinforce misinformation, circle jerk mythology. And I'll keep it coming, immune to other points of view. If you knew the folks I do, you'd believe it too. They took the sheep inside my brain and coddled and abused it. Maybe this explains why I'll never be disillusioned. Clickbait generation, hype level infinite. ADD like 1, 2, 3 on Twitter while I'm scrolling it. All the needs of the future influence my lifestyle. If can't pick up, ignore the shit that I've defiled. The consequences of my actions are part of God's plan. It ain't climate change, it's just burning up the West. Sit back and idle by cause it's meant to be. Everything on earth God created for me. I bet to have a bunch of kids spread my progeny, so my ideas will live forever as a sanctioned memory. God is a white bearded man in the sky. No, he's a brown bearded man in the sky. Maybe we should kill each other, prove it who is right. Killing is a sin, but in this fight it's alright. Thank you. How many more do you want? I have 3. I could do 3 or just do 1. What do you think? Do 3? All right. Let's do 3. This one's Cinematic Soul, a little bit of a vibe change. Afterglow when the sunrise, catching more cause it's so nice. Release the grip away, let it slip away, let it pass with the blue sky. Break away of a moment, let it go, I don't own it. The song of lullaby, grace you while it fly by, the melody's over. I tried to go for the callback, but it dissolves as I'm pulled back. Sucker punch and you stole my lunch and left me with nothing but feedback. Brushed the chip off my shoulder, was trapping me like a boulder. Let it go cause time is the master, I need the time to grow older. It can feel irrelevant, sometimes even malevolent. The way good moments pass with memories clinging to all of it. Sedative to struggle while memories seem to muddle, then giving silver lining to what should have stayed in the rubble. That's the beauty of life though. Stuck in a rut when I'm feeling amuck, and there's always a reason to keep going. Sidle by with my feet forward, future frat cause I can't know it. One thing we all have in common with past and the present is all of us not knowing the river of time that just keep flowing. Guess we keep on cruising while bumping rocks that keep bruising. The thing we all experience on life's river is losing. So float on with your brothers and give thanks to you, my mothers. Help me how to hold my head above the rougher waters. Once adrift it won't float back with the net, but I won't catch or feel the feeling I felt and dealt when I first immersed in the lit match. All that's left is a fizzle, the sunny day now a drizzle. Scorch marks like a torch tart that was carved up by a chisel. Got lost in your brown eyes, swept up in your high tide. Held my breath till I passed out and was found floating alongside. Turns out it was my pride that made me think it was my time. Your relief in the winter crawled under my skin as a side stop on your joyride. My cinematic soul that is starting to take a toll on the rhythm within the logic that's keeping me on my goals. Staring at the screen but the answers aren't coming clean because my mind is preoccupied by when you were in the scene.
Destiny that felt so strong, quick to turn and feel so wrong. Your reality split from mine, and I find myself saying so long. Felt premature, but it's not. It ended while it was hot. A candle snuff, but it's just enough to help cauterize to a clot. Shelving plastic relics, the trophies that you were selling, with dollar wells of tequila and peanut shells in the alley. The afterglow is dwindled, I'm finally done feeling swindled. I'm moving on to another dawn where better times are kindled. Thank you. Now this next one is very new. Squid is on the vocals on the chorus. It's quite a lovely thing. It's called Painting of You.
My life pain make me feel alright. Wish you would stay.
This ballad is a palette of colors, a painting of you, not the face of another. I can't get you out of my mind, so I figured I would spin you a rhyme. Why did I find what I was trying not to? It was the sign from the guide that brought you. You were gonna leave, no risk of jumping in. Now you're my favorite tune and I wanna keep bumping it. Months just friends, but always in my periphery. Didn't notice every photo, always standing next to me. I know I can't call you mine, grateful for your time. Anytime, drop me a line or swing on by. Yet to find time with you that isn't sublime. Try not to catch feelings, but I'm fighting upriver. Lying staring at the ceiling, I can't think of another. So here I am, just a man, laughing at myself because I thought I had a plan. Shattered like the window that was walling up my heart. Left it bumping free while it is channeling my art. I guess I can't complain, I'll leave my heart hanging out. I'll let you take a bite because I'm feeling it now.
For my life pain make me feel alright.
Alright, alright.
Wish you would stay.
This ballad is a palette of colors, a painting of you, not the face of another. I can't get you out of my mind. Is this feeling as fleeting as time? Lemon wedge got me puckered, Tootsie Pop got me suckered. Swimming in the feeling, hard to breathe like I'm smothered. Call me stupid cause I didn't think about the ruin of this palace of charades built just to prove that I could do it. Prove it, cause I caught the feeling and I knew it. But then I walked away and now I'm thinking that I blew it. Choosing me over we, choosing she over me. Choosing not to choose, I'm choosing not to repeat. Patterns from the past and the habits that got me wondering and wandering astray from the me that I was envisioning.
Maybe there's a way
to bridge the divide between what I need and what I desire. Maybe there's a way you could be a solution instead of creating all this mental pollution. Maybe I should go with the flow, reel it in instead of keeping it slow. I know, I don't, I know, I don't know.
Take me for my life. My life pain make me feel alright.
Alright, alright.
Wish you would stay.
This ballad is a palette of colors, a painting of you, not the face of another. I can't get you out of my mind. If only I could trust in the signs. I guess I'll keep flying by the seat of my pants. Caught up in the moment, caught up in romance. Just a glance at what we could be, but the moment is fleeting between you and me. Clear to see opacity, the right thing to do. Maybe get it figured, probably stay confused. But anyway, what's new? I miss you. I can't stop thinking about the last time I kissed you or held you in my arms. But now you're feeling the fire, packing up your car off to the Cali sea breeze sunset. Hang on to our moments to stay sweet, rerun that.
Get back. I'll wander outside.
Look up at the stars, maybe see a comet, make a wish to see your face. Doesn't leave a scar or cause a fall from grace. I wish you hadn't gone away. I wish you hadn't gone away.
Take me for my life. My life pain make me feel alright.
Alright, alright.
Wish you would stay.
This ballad is a palette of colors, a painting of you, not the face of another. I can't get you out of my mind, so I'm keeping this painting alive. Thank you. All right, one more for you. We're going to end on a positive note. It's called Reincarnation. Let's give it up for Squid one more time. He's the reason we're all here. This makes me feel a Zen kind of way. and I know, and I learn and I grow, and I stumble and fall and get up and I go, and I dirty my face in the puddles of mud, but I lather it up with the soap and the suds. Sink underwater like aquatic compliments, peace in the rhythm that wavers on top of it, cleansing the spirit like harmony within the cells of my body. That's part of me. Part of the beauty is drowning out noise while I float on my back as I stare at the sky. Head in the clouds like I'm looking at Jupiter, humming the tune of a song in the universe, squeaking the spoke of a wheel of time. Tick of a clock, hourly chime, making your mark when the world is your oyster is nearly impossible. Try to be boisterous, rather be living and losing my innocence. Echoing chambers, reiterate ignorance. Comfort is fickle like middle school friends. My zone is expanding like it never ends. Living alone in my salty environment, burning with purpose like logs in a fire pit, kindling energy, ignition, synergy. Fire and water are equally balancing. Shadows are cast in the presence of light. Stars only show in the veil of night. Rain only comes when there's clouds in the sky. Water and oxygen, how we survive. Black and the white and the gray in between. Under the microscope, living unseen. Limits of knowledge are always unsettling. Reverberate with the truth as it resonates. How y'all doing tonight? Sometimes it's nice to just take a breath. Feeling my power like castles in sand, making my mark like a Sharpie in hand. Feeling okay like the breath on the breeze that caresses your hair as it scatters the leaves. Content in the chaos of wind and the waves. Content on the road when a path isn't paved. Content when I'm wandering lost in the woods, getting snagged on the branches way more than I should. Pray to the sun and the moon and the goddesses, plaguing with fire, forgetting what modest is. Rise to the challenge, battling elements, feelings of failure becoming irrelevant, improvising like it's rhythm and blues. Multiple choice and I'm having to choose. Cut to the chase like a knife on the run, and I'm locked and I'm loaded with verbs in my gun. Battling demons inside of my consciousness, ignoring compliments, undermine confidence. Uproot the moments that planted the seeds that are sowing their doubts in my moments of need. Crippling grip on my skeleton's past. Skip to the beat just to loosen their grasp. Skipping on glass, pull up the mask. Skipping the track when the tempo too fast. Missing the moments and gaps in between when distracting irrelevance pops on my screen. Missing simplicity, slip by unwittingly, waiting and wishing, chasing infinity. Back to the moment, back to reality, steady and grounded, standing on my own 2 feet, eyes on the rise. They meet the horizon, becoming the person I'm visualizing. Thank you, everybody. That's the set. So good to be back, truly. Y'all really have some of the best sound and lighting and just overall vibes. Love to be here. Sweet. Thank you, Squid. Thank you, Mind Fabric. Thank you, Hive.
And we're back. Welcome back to Live at the Hive. Kyle?
Good to be back.
Prof Z is here. What do you have to say about that set?
It was good. You know, it's always a pleasure to be back here. Lighting, sound, always wonderful. Wonderful people. It's good to be back. This is the place where I did my very first performance, and that was in November. So, kind of coming full circle. I'll probably be back again, you know. Just keep on progressing, you know.
The last one was your very first?
I had never even done an open mic.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. Wow, that's really, really impressive. I still want to get a word counter. Have you got a word counter on that thing?
Not yet. Not yet, no. Yeah, but actually, I want to now that you've said that.
You need to type that into the machines and see what it spits out. I'm kind of curious.
Which I guess if you think about the number of words, the number that I forgot is probably like a pretty low number.
Well,
but, you know.
Yeah.
Still felt that a couple times.
Well, it happens. You got to have grace for yourself. I mean, let's be honest, that's a lot of lines.
Yeah, it's a lot.
What's the newest song on there, on that list? How new is it?
The newest one would be the Infinite Space one with Mind Fabric and the
Dropped it tonight.
well, basically, yeah, it's the first time it's been performed, and then Painting of You is about a month or two old.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's the inspiration behind the new stuff?
The new stuff. So, how a lot of this happens is that I'll hear a beat and it makes me feel something or a vibe, and I'll write to that vibe often. And so with the Mind Fabric one, he's like, hey, there's a new beat I'm working on, and it just made me feel things. And so that one's a really interesting project for me because it doesn't so much have a message, so much as I'm writing what that song makes me see in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like visuals. And then, then the Painting of You one was I was just involved with somebody and they moved away. So, inspired a song out of it.
That's awesome. So what's next?
Just keep on. Well, so a lot of these you've heard back in November, right? I still have to get in the studio and record most of them.
Okay.
So that's the goal, is just make more time for recording so I can actually release my album.
Bam! That's what's next. All
Yep,
right.
that's what's next.
That's
And
a
keep
good-
on performing, keep on getting my name out there in the local circuit, and supporting local hip-hop, honestly.
Right
That's
on.
been there's some really good local hip-hop that I found in the Valley. Since last November, I started getting more involved and more in there. And
Who are you following?
I really like the Zero, the Real Zero, Axiom and the Wise, Nobody, Dedicated Servers. Those are some of my favorites. Madison Proof, also very, very good. If you haven't heard of them, definitely look them up too. They're awesome.
Where are you going to shows at? Hip-hop shows around here right now?
It varies. I feel like oftentimes they're at the Knit or the Parallel above it. And there was recently a hip-hop competition in the Rhyme Wave Hip-Hop Festival that just happened at the Knit in August, and that was awesome. And Mastery Arts in Garden City, which if you haven't checked them out, you should. MAESTRE Arts. Check them out in Garden City. They're doing some amazing things in the local music and art scene. They hosted this hip-hop competition, almost like if you ever watched Rhythm and Flow on Netflix. It was kind of inspired by that, I think, and it turned out awesome. It was great.
Cool. Are you going to be in any of these competitions coming up soon?
I was in this last one. I didn't make it to the top 8, but maybe next time. We'll just keep on working,
Definitely. Well, we'll maybe have to adjust the categories. Was there a geek rap category?
I think that might have been part of the problem.
If there wasn't, there needs to be, and you've got to be the leading pony in the clubhouse.
Oh, I don't know. There's some Dedicated Servers. They might fall into that category, and they're pretty phenomenal. So,
All right.
But if I can even be counted in their category, that's an honor.
Well, you've come a long way since the last time you were here.
I appreciate that. So you could notice the difference?
Well, you were good last time. I can't believe that was like the first time. I'm still in shock over that. But
Yeah, my legs were shaking the whole time.
you had us fooled. Again tonight, though, another level, and
Appreciate that. Thank you.
a whole new set of lines and songs and relevance. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
last time was relevant.
Mhm.
It was a different period back then, right? You
Yeah.
remember?
I do. Oh, I remember. Yeah.
And your lyrics kind of reflect that a little bit too.
Yeah.
Some of the new stuff versus the last time you were here.
Cool. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And your message is always welcome around here. Positivity and using the gray matter. What can you What can you teach me about axons and dendrites really quick before we go?
Oh, geez. Not much. When it gets to that realm of quantum physics, I'm not very smart.
All right. Well,
Yeah. I fake it.
well, don't we all?
I fake it enough to write songs. That's it.
Well, thank goodness for that because, again, thanks for touching me and the rest of us here. What a show. One thing that we didn't mention is the connection between you and Highway 45. You're both. Are you not a teacher?
No. I was a TA back in college.
Okay.
Yeah, I only have a master's degree, so Prof.
that's
a little
it?
bit misleading. I know. Yeah. I have been called out, be like, you're not a professor, you don't have a doctorate. It's like, no, it's supposed to be like
well,
Prof Z,
yeah,
kind of
come
like
on,
prophecy,
really?
but also kind of like Professor Z.
You gotta explain. Some people.
I know. Yeah.
That's
I
no
thought
problem.
she was gonna kick me in the knees because she's working on her PhD right now, and it sucks. Apparently, I wouldn't wish that upon anybody.
Okay. Well, lastly, before we go, you touched on it a little bit, but what can you say? You said it in your show, but what else can you add about mental health and suicide awareness and prevention and healing for the survivors?
I would say with prevention, don't necessarily put that burden upon yourself, because if it happens, like, it's not your fault if you're a survivor. But there are some warning signs of like things that they'll be posting on their social media if they seem they've gotten really dark lately. Oftentimes you'll see that reflected in some of their stories and social media posts. And never be afraid to reach out and just be like, hey, are you doing okay? Or like, even if you don't want to get into it, just like letting them know that they're in your mind, even, making a joke like old times or something like that, just because I have seen those warning signs before on social media. And yeah, so never be afraid to reach out and tell people you care.
Yeah, let your people know.
Yeah.
That you're at least thinking about them.
Mm-hmm.
It goes a long way.
Yeah, and as far as surviving goes, it's tough. It's not easy. But just remembering the good, and just accepting the fact that you care about them and that there's always going to be a void in your life, but you can move on.
Yes, and we can't change the past.
Absolutely.
Yes, our situation is here,
Mm-hmm.
and here we all are.
Yep.
And I guess the and is the golden part of that. What are we going to do with it, right?
Exactly.
Just keep moving, and keep spreading the love.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's good to be alive,
It is.
We were talking earlier with Adele May Rose with Highway 45 about, light and sound and things. And,
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my greatest pleasures in life is just sound. I can't imagine not having that sense.
I know. That would be a tough one to lose.
A really bad one. So thanks for sharing your music, your creations, and where can the fans find you next?
Prof Z, at Prof Z Rap Instagram page is where I post most of my stuff. I'm not that active on Facebook. I have 5 songs on SoundCloud at Prof-Z, and we just dropped UFOs on Spotify 2 weeks ago, so you can find me at Prof-Z on Spotify. And I've been involved with a couple fun projects with my friends. So Squid just released an EP on Spotify. Was that yesterday? No.
We love you, Squid.
Yeah, we love you, Squid. And so he made an EP with his friend Chili Pancake. They just dropped that, and I'm featured on 3 of those tracks. So
Nice.
Go check out Do It Big on Spotify. Chili and Squid Do It Big on Spotify. Yeah, it's a good one. It's fun.
Awesome. Well, Prof Z, thank you again, and I guess for those that need somebody to talk to, come down to the Hive, or get a hold of Kyle or myself, or send an email out to thrive@boisehive.org, and we have counselors and support staff, and it's free of charge, and we've got lots of resources here to help people that need a little support. And so that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
And power to the music, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, never be afraid to reach out for support. You're worth it, and it's the hardest step is just acknowledging that you need the help and asking for the help. But the Hive is here to support you.
And on those notes, we're going to say peace out and say thanks to Kyle and Prof Z and Highway 45 as well. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time on Live at the Hive.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great show.